At the beginning of the movie, we see an army team. There are some soldiers who have just joined the army. They are young and are having a lot of fun together. Then, their senior officer comes and scolds them. He is very serious. He says, "There is a war going on outside. Do you have any idea about it? Have you come here to play? Come on, quickly click your photos." The soldiers stop playing and click their photos one by one. In the next scene, the soldiers get on a boat. One of the soldiers is getting distracted in a private moment with a girl on the boat. The other soldiers are curious to see what is happening. One soldier is even sitting outside acting like a ticket seller. If you pay him, he lets you take a peek. It's a whole ticket system for a private show. The chief catches them in this ridiculous act and loses his temper, starting to scold everyone. But the soldiers are clever. They throw a net over the captain and make a run for it. On the other hand, friends, the story shows an army officer named Mac. He is talking to his girlfriend. She tells him the good news that she is pregnant. Mac is very happy. He says, "Come on, I will marry you soon. For now, wear this ring." She is very happy and hugs him. While they are hugging, a man comes to the boat and says, "The boat full of weapons has arrived in the area." Because of this, Mac has to leave immediately. Mac is an army officer from Thailand. His enemy is the Japanese army. On the other side, the Japanese army is planning how to defeat the Thai army. There is a scientist with the Japanese. He tells a general, "Our Japanese army is moving fast, but it is not enough to compete with the Chinese and Indian armies. We will have to take our weapon seeing and test it first. Only then will we know how strong it is." The scientist plays a video. In the video, a scientist is doing a test on soldiers. He puts something that looks like an insect into a soldier's mouth. Suddenly, that soldier becomes a dangerous zombie. The other officers do not like this test, but the Japanese general wants to win the war, so he wants to do the test. The Thailand army is gathering all its soldiers for an attack. In the beginning, we saw the team of young soldiers. One of them comes home. His name is Gabriel. His mother says, "I have made chicken for you. Eat it." Gabriel goes inside. But then an officer comes and tells the mother, "The war is going on. Your son must go to the camp now." The mother says, "My husband was also in the army, and he lost his life in the war. Now I will not let my son die like this." Gabriel tries to run away through the back door, but Mac catches him. Mac asks, "Where are you going?" Gabriel says, "I am going to hide somewhere. You can come with me too." Mac says, "I have been watching you since you were a child. You always have the habit of running away from problems. Why don't you face them boldly?" Gabriel says, "Why should I fight? Why should I fight someone else's fight? I don't want to die. I want to live comfortably with my mother. My father died in the war. Now do you want to kill me too?" Mac says, "Look, your father died on the battlefield, but he was not even fighting. He betrayed our country. That is why he lost his life. But you are betraying him more. When the country needs you, you are running like a coward. You have to fight this. Now tell yourself, are you going to fight, or do you want to run from problems all your life? The decision is yours." Mac leaves. Gabriel thinks a lot. Finally, his confusion is gone. He decides to fight with his friends. There are bombings and gunshots everywhere. All kinds of attacks are happening. Gabriel's team cannot handle it because they are all new soldiers. They run into the jungle to escape. Then they see a box on the seashore. Inside the box is the dangerous zombie that the Japanese left there. Gabriel's team is running in the jungle. That zombie has bitten some of their soldiers. Now those soldiers are also roaming around like zombies. A zombie has cut off the head of one soldier and hung it on a tree. This makes Gabriel's team very confused and scared. They don't know what to do. Everyone starts running. Gabriel is running with his teammates. Suddenly, he feels like he is stuck in a mud. He shouts for help. He drowns completely in the mud. But friends, suddenly someone grabs his hand and pulls him out. This person is a zombie. Seeing this, Gabriel starts shouting. The Japanese general gets news that Thailand wants to talk. They want a conversation so that soldiers on both sides don't just die. Then the Thai army looks to see how many of their soldiers were killed. They are shocked. The soldiers' flesh was taken out of their bodies, and their bones were hanging on ropes. When the ropes move, they make a sound. When the zombies hear the sound, they come toward the soldiers. The soldiers start shooting blindly, but when they reload their guns and turn around, there is not a single zombie. Then they see that one of their leaders' heads is torn. A zombie bites his head and eats it. Then many zombies surround them, bite them, and eat them badly. The story shows Mac again. He is looking for his soldiers. He sees a well. This well was actually a trap. Mac's soldier was already trapped inside. To save him, Mac ties a rope to a tree and goes down. He asks, "Are you okay?" When the soldier turns around, Mac is shocked. His eyes, nose, ears, and mouth were all torn out by zombies. He had become a zombie himself. Mac tries to get out. He puts a wooden stick in the zombie's mouth to stop it from biting him. But the zombies start pulling his leg. Mac takes a burning stick and hits the zombie in the face. Mac escapes from there. He tells his general, "The soldier I saw had no eyes, no ears, and no nose. Something cut his mouth. That soldier had become a zombie and tried to eat me." The others ask, Did you see a ghost? Max says, no, it was not a ghost. I was able to touch him. The scene shows the dead bodies of the soldiers. Gabriel, who had become a zombie, stands up. He sees a butterfly flying. It looks to him like it is flying in slow motion. He remembers that he and his friends have eaten many soldiers. There was a woman there whose heart was eaten by zombies. Not only that, Gabriel himself had eaten that woman's son. When Gabriel remembers this, he shouts loudly in pain. In the scientist's lab, the scientist is watching a video. He tested the virus on rats. He found out that the rats did not die, but they became very strong and violent. That is why he tested the virus on soldiers using the insects. The scientist explains a special thing about the virus. When someone becomes a zombie, he eats other humans. But he never eats another zombie. He writes a report about the virus. Gabriel and his friends are zombies now. They have eaten many soldiers. Gabriel finds a locket. Inside the locket is a photo of Gabriel and his mother. Even though he is a zombie, he looks at the photo and gets emotional. He starts crying. Mac returns to the camp and meets his girlfriend. She is a bit silly, nutty. She asks in fear, "What happened to your eye?" Mac says, "Nothing. It will be fine." He asks if she has seen Gabriel. She says no. Mac thinks maybe Gabriel ran away again. But a wounded soldier says, "No, sir. He was fighting the enemy with us." Mac is shocked. If he was fighting, where is he now? Meanwhile, Mac's chief says, "We have to go. The Japanese chief wants to meet us." They meet the scientist. The scientist asks a question. There are two soldiers. One wants to die for his country, and the other wants to live. Who is more patriotic? The chief says, "The one who wants to die." Then the scientist asks, "Who will be able to serve the country for more years?" Mac says, "The one who wants to live, because he stays alive to serve his people." The scientist says, "We found a zombie virus. We infected a soldier and left him here." Mac says, "The zombie I saw was our own soldier, not Japanese." The scientist says, "To kill your soldiers, we left a zombie here. But now he is killing everyone. I had to tell you." The Japanese chief comes and says, "Don't tell anyone. Your soldiers may die, but to save others, support us. We will find that zombie and take it away." The chief shows an order from the government, so the Thai chief has to help the Japanese. Gabriel feels very guilty because he is a zombie. To stop his hunger, he ate a little girl. He picks up a gun to shoot himself. Suddenly, smoke comes out of his body. His body starts burning. Another zombie saves him by dropping him in the dirt and putting clay on his face. The scientist is doing more experiments. He puts a second version of the virus in a rat. Suddenly, the same burning substance comes out of the rat. This is what happened to Gabriel. When a zombie becomes very emotional, the substance comes out and the body catches fire. Gabriel wanted to kill himself because he was emotional, so he started burning. Gabriel and the other zombies are in a cave. The zombie who saved Gabriel catches a rabbit and gives it to the others to eat. He is like their leader. The next day, Japanese and Thai soldiers look for zombies. The Japanese chief's son says he saw some. We see the zombies. Their leader has a photo in his pocket. He looks at it and gets emotional. It was his family. All the zombies have human emotions. Gabriel thinks about his mother and cries. In a flashback, we see Mac talk to Gabriel's mother to send him to the army. Gabriel had said, "I will never join. You go and die like my father." But later, Gabriel joined the army himself. Now zombie Gabriel cleans his mother's photo. The leader sees an illusion of his wife. She says, "I will never forget you." He becomes very emotional and his body starts burning. He burns to death in front of Gabriel. Japanese soldiers catch a zombie named Kai. They put a rod in his body and lock him in a cage. They pour water on him and torture him. Max says, "If you want to kill him, kill him. Why torture him?" The scientist says they need to do experiments to know more. Kai pulls out the rod and shakes the cage. Soldiers shoot him, but he does not die. The zombies in the cave talk to each other. One asks, "If you were not a soldier, what would you do?" One zombie says, "I would work at my father's shop." Another says, "I would be a lawyer." A third says, "I would study and give my mother my earnings." The Japanese chief brings Kai's father to the cage. Kai cries a lot, but the Japanese chief kills the father with a knife. Mac is very angry. The zombies realize Kai is missing and go to the village to find him. Mac fights with the Japanese soldier because they killed an innocent old man. The chief tells Mac to be patient. Then the Japanese chief uses gas in Kai's cage. Mac cannot stand this and fights them. They threaten him. The Japanese chief tells the Thai chief, "Your officer is doing too much. Tell him to stay in his zone." The Thai chief tells Mac, "I have fired you. You are not in the army now. You can go." After Mac leaves, the Japanese soldiers tie Kai with chains and force him to eat his father's dead body. The Japanese chief is happy. He says the virus is amazing for killing enemies. The scientist says, "If you kill one zombie, I will stop. I want them all alive." The Japanese want to use the zombies' love for each other. If one disappears, the others will come to find him. This is why the chief puts his men everywhere. In the village, a woman prays for her husband. Her daughter is with her. Mac's girlfriend is also there. A girl is cycling home. Her light turns off. She tries to fix it and sees a dead body with no upper part. She screams. The zombies enter the village and bite people. One zombie is the woman's husband. He is being bitten by a priest. The woman sees her husband and runs away with her daughter. Gabriel's mother sees someone coming to her house. It is Mac. She asks, "Is my son alive or dead? If he is dead, bring his body." Mac says he is alive, don't worry. She hugs Mac. Then Gabriel's friends, who are zombies, are hiding nearby. One zombie cries. Mac leaves. Mac's girlfriend comes running and says, "I saw a human eating everyone like an animal." Mac tells the mother to be careful. "If you see one, shoot it. If it comes near, burn it." The Thai chief and a captain go to catch the woman's husband, who became a zombie. The zombie is chasing his wife and daughter. They are running in fear. The girl falls down. The zombie says, "Don't be afraid. I won't do anything." The wife says, "Come to me." But the daughter loves her father, so she goes and hugs him. The zombie does not bite her. He pats her head. He is crying. The Japanese soldiers shoot a wire to catch him, but they miss and hit the wife and daughter instead. The mother and daughter both die. The zombie screams in anger. More zombies come. The Japanese soldiers start shooting. The Thai chief and captain cannot take it anymore. These zombies are their own soldiers. They have human emotions. The Thai officers start shooting the Japanese soldiers. In the fight, the Thai chief and the captain both die. The Japanese soldiers run away. Gabriel sees his chief and captain are dead. He cries because the captain was like a friend to them. Mac arrives and sees zombies eating the soldiers. He sees Gabriel. Mac thinks Gabriel and his friends killed the captain and chief. He starts shooting at Gabriel. Gabriel keeps saying, "Did you forget me? It's me." But Mac does not listen. He shoots Gabriel. Gabriel is standing on the edge of a mountain and falls down. Mac is very sad because Gabriel was like a younger brother to him. But Gabriel did not die. He comes back and bites Mac. The next day, Mac also becomes a zombie. The scientist tells the Japanese chief's son, "Your father wants to kill zombies, but I don't. When a zombie becomes emotional, he burns to ash. If my experiment works, he will regenerate from that ash. Till then, don't kill them." The son says, "Is this treason?" The scientist says, "Your father told me to make this virus. Was that not treason? This is out of control. Whomever they bite will become a zombie. Millions will be infected. Your soldiers cannot stop them." The Japanese chief calls the families of the soldiers. Gabriel's mother and Mac's girlfriend are there. He shows them photos of dead soldiers and photos of the zombies. The people cry. Gabriel's mother cries for her son. The Japanese chief tells a Thai officer, "Write in your report that villagers were killed in the war." The officer asks why. The chief says, "To catch the zombies, we are going to kill everyone." The officer says, "Are you mad? These are humans." The chief says he has permission from the Thai superiors. Gabriel goes to the cave. The other zombies are eating. Gabriel's friend fights with the zombie whose wife and daughter were killed. Gabriel tells them to fight the enemy, not each other. Kai, the zombie from the cage, comes to the cave. Gabriel asks where he was. Kai says, "I was in prison. They have caught your mother and others and will kill them tomorrow." Gabriel says it must be a trap. Kai says, "They killed my wife and daughter. If you want to save your family, come with me, or hide here like a coward." The other zombies follow Kai. The next morning, Japanese soldiers bring the villagers to a place. They say, "Your son's body is here." Soldiers hide in the bushes with guns. The zombies come to save their families. The soldiers start shooting everyone blindly. Gabriel's mother is shot in front of him. Mac's girlfriend is shot too. Mac is a zombie and has to watch. Mac starts shooting at the soldiers. All the zombies run and hug their families. The Japanese chief activates a trap and catches the zombies in a cage. Gabriel's mother is dead, but Mac's girlfriend is still alive. Mac thinks for a moment and bites his girlfriend. He turns her into a zombie so she doesn't die. The zombies get very angry and break the cage. They attack the Japanese soldiers and turn them into zombies. The Japanese chief's son becomes a zombie. The chief does not hesitate. He cuts his own son with a knife. The chief throws a grenade and runs away. Gabriel asks Mac, "Why did you bite your girlfriend? It is better to die than live as a zombie." Mac says, "The chief forced me. I will take revenge. We will go to the village, turn everyone into zombies, and attack the Japanese." One zombie says, "They killed our family, but I don't want to turn innocent villagers into zombies. This is wrong." Mac gets very angry. His eyes turn black. He tries to kill that zombie with a knife. Mac's girlfriend comes in the middle to stop him. She gets stabbed. Her head falls apart, and she dies. Mac does not care. He also kills the zombie who refused to help. Gabriel is angry. "Why did you kill your girlfriend?" Mac says, "You told me it's better to die than live as a zombie. That's why I killed her." The Japanese chief kills his scientist. Gabriel wakes up the next morning. He remembers everything. He remembers not wanting to go to war, and Mac convincing him. He remembers his mother dying. He sees the faces of his father, mother, and Mac's girlfriend in his mind. He gets emotional and starts burning to ash. But then he remembers Mac said, "Don't run away from problems, face them." He stops the burning and becomes normal. The Japanese chief brings soldiers with fire guns to the cave. Mac tells the zombies how to fight. The zombies trap the soldiers in a hole and turn them all into zombies. Only the chief is left. He runs and falls into the mud. He thinks he is safe. But when he comes out, Mac and the zombies are already there. They bite the chief and turn him into a zombie. The zombie chief starts running away. All the zombies follow him. But Gabriel picks up a fire gun and stands in the way. Mac and the zombies see him. Mac remembers that he wanted to protect the people of the country. Mac salutes Gabriel. While crying, Gabriel turns on the fire gun. He burns all the zombies in the cave, including Mac. Gabriel cannot take the pain. He remembers the happy times on the beach. Then Gabriel also burns to death with his friends. The movie ends here. It is the first movie where zombies are the heroes. But during the credits, a scientist tests a new virus on a rat. The rat is burned, but then it regenerates and comes back to life. This means the zombies cannot be destroyed. They can come back. See you soon in the next recap. Thanks for watching.